Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now, folks. I've got some fascinating, game-changing news coming out of the NFL, and it involves none other than the Washington Commanders. As we all know, the NFC East, historically one of the most competitive divisions in the league, is always buzzing with activity, but this offseason might just top everything we've seen in recent years. Rumors are swirling about a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the Commanders' roster and set them up for a serious Super Bowl push. Yes, you heard that right. We're talking about a possible trade involving a former second-round pick from the Las Vegas Raiders, a tight end who's been making waves in the league since his rookie season. This could be a move that changes the entire dynamic for Washington and perhaps even for the division as a whole. But let's back up a bit and give some context. The NFL landscape is always shifting, especially during the offseason, and teams are constantly looking to improve their rosters, fill gaps, and find that perfect piece to make a championship run. For the Washington Commanders, the 2024 season was a significant step forward. Thanks to the impressive emergence of rookie quarterback Jayden Daniels, the team surprised many analysts and fans alike. Daniels, a young star with a big arm and even bigger potential, brought a fresh energy to the offense, giving the Commanders a new identity. His ability to extend plays, make accurate throws under pressure, and his leadership on the field quickly turned heads. Washington's offense became more dynamic, more unpredictable, and more dangerous. This newfound offensive spark was complemented by a solid defense that, while not perfect, showed resilience and tenacity. The team's coaching staff deserves credit for putting together a scheme that played to the strengths of their players, and the front office did a good job of building a roster that could contend. But in the NFL, no team is ever truly finished, especially when it comes to roster upgrades. And that's where the latest rumors come into play. Now, here's the real kicker. Reports suggest that the Raiders are open to trading one of their promising tight ends, Michael Mayer, a player who was drafted in the second round of the 2023 NFL Draft and has yet to truly find his footing in Las Vegas. Mayer, a talented young player out of Notre Dame, has shown flashes of brilliance. As a rookie, he caught 27 passes for 304 yards and 2 touchdowns, demonstrating good hands, route-running ability, and the potential to develop into a reliable target. But last season, with the rise of Brock Bowers, who, by the way, had an incredible rookie campaign with the Raiders, Mayer's role diminished. He finished the year with just 21 catches for 156 yards, and naturally, trade rumors started swirling around him. What makes this trade possibility so intriguing is the fact that the Commanders are actively looking to bolster their pass-catching options. Zach Ertz, the veteran tight end, is still around, but he's no longer the player he once was. He'll be turning 33 during the upcoming season, and while he still provides leadership and a reliable pair of hands, he's not the long-term solution. Washington needs a younger, more dynamic tight end who can grow alongside Jayden Daniels and help lead the offense into the next phase. Enter Michael Mayer, a player with the potential to be that guy. Picture this: Mayer, only 24 years old with a full career ahead of him, paired with a quarterback like Daniels, who's just entering his prime. The chemistry could be instant. To add to that, the Commanders have some promising young talent at tight end, like Ben Sinnott, a second-round pick from 2024, who showed some flashes as a rookie, catching 5 passes for 28 yards. But Sinnott, like many second-year players, still has a lot to prove, and the team would benefit from adding a more established option. John Bates is still around, but he's primarily a blocking tight end, not really a primary receiving threat. So the need is clear, and Mayer could fill that gap. Now, let's talk about the big picture. The Commanders, under ownership and management, have a rare window of opportunity. They have a franchise quarterback on a rookie contract, which means they can afford to go all in, make aggressive moves, and try to capitalize on this prime period before Daniel's contract resets the market. The NFL is a league that rewards those who strike while the iron is hot, and Washington has a golden chance to make a real run at a Super Bowl in the next few seasons. The division is competitive, yes, but with the right moves, the Commanders can establish themselves as the team to beat. And this potential trade for Mayer, it's a move that could accelerate their championship aspirations. Think about it. A young, talented tight end paired with a quarterback who's just beginning his career, in a system that's already showing promise. It could be the missing piece that turns a good team into a great one. Plus, the NFL is all about matchups, and having a reliable tight end like Mayer would give the offense a new dimension, more red zone threats, more mismatches, and more versatility. Of course, the Raiders might ask for a draft pick or some other compensation in exchange for Mayer, but given his potential and the fact that he's still early in his career, the Commanders could see this as a worthwhile investment. It's all about adding talent that can grow together and lead the team deeper into the playoffs, maybe even to a Super Bowl appearance. And don't forget, in the NFL, trades like these are often driven not just by needs, but also by strategic moves to weaken division rivals or to acquire assets for future drafts. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate what this means for Washington. The team's front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive, to make bold moves, and to not shy away from trading picks or players to improve the roster. This is a team that's clearly aiming high, and with the right pieces, they could be a serious contender in the NFC. The division rivals like the Eagles, Cowboys, and Giants have all been making moves, and Washington is right there in the mix, ready to pounce. And just imagine the impact this would have on the locker room. Young players like Daniels, Sinnott, and others would see the team investing in proven talent, signaling that the franchise is serious about winning now. The added competition at the tight end position would push everyone to perform at their best, raising the overall level of play. Fans would be energized, the stadium would be buzzing, and the team's confidence would skyrocket. Let's also consider the broader NFL context. The league is evolving rapidly, with tight ends becoming more than just blockers. They're now key playmakers, matchup nightmares for defenses. Having a dynamic tight end like Mayer would not only improve the passing game, but also open up the run game and help in play-action schemes. It's a move that could pay dividends across the entire offense, making the Commanders even more unpredictable and dangerous. Of course, nothing is set in stone yet. These are still rumors, but they're rooted in solid analysis and recent league trends. The NFL offseason is a period of strategic maneuvers, and teams are always looking for the right opportunity to make that winning move. If the Raiders do decide to part ways with Mayer, it could be a blessing in disguise for Washington, a chance to bring in a young star with upside and help propel the franchise back into serious playoff contention. And here's the key. Washington's current roster is talented, but it needs that extra spark, that game-changing player. A tight end like Mayer, with his potential and youth, could be exactly what they need to push over the top. Combine that with the developmental leaps of Daniels and the solid core of defenders, and you're looking at a team with a real shot at making a deep playoff run, maybe even sneaking into the Super Bowl conversation. Now I want to pause here for a second. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Because folks, these kinds of moves don't happen every day and the offseason is packed with opportunities. The Commanders are in a prime position to capitalize, and a trade for Michael Mayer could be the domino that sets everything into motion. Looking ahead, the NFL season is always full of surprises, and the NFC East in particular is a division where every game counts. The Eagles are reigning champions, the Cowboys are always tough, and the Giants are on the rise. For Washington, it's about making the right moves to stack up against these rivals. Adding a player like Mayer would send a clear message that they're not just here to compete, they're here to win. And if they can do that, if they can make that bold move, they're not just chasing a playoff spot, they're chasing a Super Bowl. This offseason, the front office has shown a willingness to be aggressive, making smart trades, and targeting players who can make a difference. The possibility of trading for Mayer fits perfectly into that mold. It's about building a roster that's not just good on paper, but one that's ready to perform when it matters most. And with a young quarterback on a rookie contract, the window is wide open for Washington to take their shot. So, for all the fans out there, keep your eyes peeled. The NFL offseason is a whirlwind, and these rumors could turn into reality sooner than we think. The Commanders have everything they need: youth, talent, leadership, and now perhaps the opportunity to add that one piece that could unlock their Super Bowl potential. Whether it's Mayer or another target, one thing's certain: Washington is not resting on its laurels. They're aiming for greatness, and this offseason could be remembered as the turning point. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news. Thanks for sticking with us, and as always, let's keep the passion alive.